Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby! And we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold said so!
Oh, son of a bitch, if you just heard the glass shatter, that's right, it's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, episode 143, and I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man, no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And as always, you know how we do on a Sunday right here on VOC Nation and also on Swerve Talk Fame. Give me the sound effect. Swerve Talk Network, that's right. Now, people, Shugs should be with us at some point, I'm hoping, but you know how this guy rolls. He's been off for like 6, 7, 8 months, so you never know when he's going to show up. So at the end of the day, we've got a show to do, so we're going to do this, and we do it well with our partners in crime. Obviously, today returns to the show, second week in a row. It's Nature Boy Fame Black.
Nature Boy Fame Black signing in, and I gotta say, I think Shugs is scared because he's never here when I come on. But I knew he was gonna be here. He promoted himself to be here, so I brought myself a little friend from the Big Slam Nation. Y'all know him from the PW Hustle as well. My man's Billy Ray Valentine.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Billy Ray Valentine representing the PW Hustle. Yo, and I'm taking exception to that little friend thing. I'm not little in any sort of way. You know, I'm a big dude.
Oh,
He's a big fella.
That's it. That's what you call an intro. Billy Ray Valentine in the building, making sure he's taking no prisoners. Here
What's going on, Sunday Segue, man? It's a pleasure to be on, man. What's going on, Kenny?
It's happy to have you on. Happy to have you on. We always love debuts on the show because when you debut, you're on forever. You're part of the core group, so I'm just happy to have you on. I do not want to leave out my brother from another. My main man from London, he's one of the Spurs brothers. It's none other than John Cooper.
Kinny Killa, have you found the keys to my bimmer yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
No, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. And I mean, if we're all getting gimmick names, like my mate sent me some pro wrestling act thing, and my real name would give my wrestling name of Outlaw Hammer, so I suppose I'm the Outlaw Hammer, John Cooper.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Outlaw Hammer, you're also...
Outlaw Hammer.
Yeah.
You're also the host of Kings of the Ring podcast. Yeah, man, I love that podcast. Make sure you check it out, Segheads. Cheap plug. But you know how we do on the show. We make sure we plug out everyone's shit. But let's just get into it straight away. Spurs got a good win yesterday. United didn't, so that's enough of the football. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you check us out. Website Sunday Segue, podcast.wix.com/Sunday Segue. Also, check us out on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on iTunes. Podomatic, Stitcher. Don't forget to download that Double Twist player. There you go. Shout outs. I want to give a shout out to our business partners in crime, maxwrestling.wix.com/Max Wrestling. Also, Attitude of Aggression, You What? And I want to give a shout out to my boys at Pro Evo Wrestling. That's right, Dan, Ozzy, The Fever, you know who you are. Right, Fame, any shout outs?
Shout out to the Big Slam Nation. We just did a really good show a couple days ago. It was pretty good. And shout out to the PW Hustle. We just did a show last night. It was pretty good. I keep saying pretty good when I mean like pretty wonderful, pretty fantastic, pretty great, pretty spectacular, pretty over the top. And shout out to Randy Radio. They're going to have the Randys on Christmas Day. Check out your boy winning single of the year for Suplex City. It's going to be the truth.
Cooper, any shout outs?
I'm just going to give one shout out. I know you said enough of the football, but I can't resist one. I want to give a shout out to Jose Mourinho. I hope you're having a nice holiday at the moment.
Yeah, it won't be for too long. You'll probably end up at United.
No, exactly. I suppose it's a good thing for you lot. But also, I'll give a shout out to MB Marcus, and I'll give a shout out to the Pigeon Patrol. If you could do the sound effect, please. Thank you very much. And that's it, mate. That's all I got.
All right. Okay, Billy Ray, any shout outs for you?
Just want to give a shout out to everybody overseas from New York City, from the Bronx. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's where I'm from. We got a lot of listeners over there across the pond. So I'll take this time to thank everybody over there. Big shout outs to all my PW Hustle cohorts. You know who you are, Professor Anthony Quintana, A-Track Brown, the dirtiest of the city. And big shout outs to Big Slam Nation and shout outs to the Segue, man.
Hey, nice one, nice. Right, so let's just get into this shit. Billy Ray, just gonna warn you right now. For all debutants, you have to give your very best Randy Savage impression, and also let us know your favorite current wrestler and your favorite wrestler of all time. But we'll do that in the last part of the show. All right, so just warning you now.
That shouldn't be a problem.
And also, you have to take the 10 count. Which is our game for all debutants, where you have 10 seconds to give as many answers to a chosen category as possible, all right?
Damn.
All right. So, let's go to the Raw and TLC Fallout. Now, guys, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion in Roman Reigns. Fame, what do you think about how they built this up through the end of TLC all the way to the end of Raw?
I mean, everybody wants to punch their boss in the face. Not mine. My boss is hot. She has these anyway. So yeah, everybody wants to punch their boss. I mean, what he did to Triple H got him over. And then the next night in Philadelphia, in the one of the best cities for wrestling there is, my city, Philadelphia, where he got booed out of the building at the Royal Rumble. He came in, he punched Vince McMahon in the face, which you just don't do. And it was awesome. And he wins, and he's got all this momentum. I think he's getting "You Deserve It" chants. I think it's wonderful. I think it's fantastic that they found a way to give him the title. I mean, they took it off Sheamus, and I was one of the only 5 people who liked Sheamus's title run. So
I didn't have a problem with it either, Fame, to be honest with you.
So 2 of the 5 people that like the Sheamus title run are right here on this show right now. And it's just, They finally found a way to make it okay for Roman to take the belt. Taking it off Lesnar wasn't going to work. Taking it off Rollins wasn't going to work. Taking it off Sheamus, gold.
Yep. Billy Ray, what was your thoughts on how they included Vince in this part? Because obviously they did what they did to Triple H on TLC, and obviously the ratings and so on and so on. But do you think it was a direct inclusion of Vince in this due to the storyline rather than the ratings?
Yeah, I think it was due to the ratings in a big way. Let's remember that before this whole thing went down, Roman Reigns was scheduled to take the WWE title from Seth Rollins. So I mean, I don't think they really cared about who was going to take the title, who Roman Reigns was going to take the title from. I don't think that was ever really an issue. They got put into a corner where they had to make a decision, and they decided to go with Sheamus for whatever reason. It seems to have worked out for the time being. Then they bring in Vince McMahon and try to make Roman Reigns look like Stone Cold PG, and it went over. How long is it gonna go over? I don't know. I don't know how long this is gonna work. It looks like a Band-Aid to me for the time being. But yeah, I think it was due to the ratings. It worked, man. It popped the ratings. Every time Vince McMahon comes out, it's going to pop the ratings. That guy's awesome, and you punch Vince McMahon in the face, Stone Cold stunned him way back in the day. Fame Black wants to, no, he doesn't want to stun his boss because his boss is hot. I don't have hot.
I do want to stun her, just not the way you're thinking.
Yeah, just not. Yeah.
You got the Asuka stun.
Oh God! Don't tell Asuka about this. This is all under the wraps.
Or the Kenny Killa getting PTO'd in a ring kind of stun.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah, that's the one. It was funny because I love the way Roman Reigns was like basically, you're old man, you can't do shit to me, basically. I love that, he's a 70-year-old man, he ain't gonna do nothing. But Cooper, just like Billy Ray said, this is a Band-Aid. But what happens next? How do we book Reigns next for this to become something bigger than it actually is?
Do you know what? Like, there's one rule that always goes in wrestling, I think, especially in the WWE. If all else fails, get your top babyface to take on the McMahon family. That's going to get the guy over, which is what they've done, and I imagine that's the story they're building. The only thing I can't figure out, because I'm imagining Sheamus is going to get his rematch at the Royal Rumble. That would be my guess. Where does the Triple H match fit in, sort of thing? Do you know what I mean? Because they're obviously building for that, but I can't see them doing another title change between now and Mania. And I think, some people have sort of said maybe Triple H wins the Rumble, but I wouldn't do that personally. And I still think there's obviously a bit of fucking fuel in a possible Reigns-Lesnar match, because no one saw who won last year because Rollins came in and interfered. And, you know, like, it's good because for once I don't know what's going to be happening, and it's quite exciting to not know, as opposed to sit there and fucking fantasy book and then the stuff that you think's going to happen don't happen, if you know what I mean. But I think, like, Reigns deserved it. I think, to be honest with you, Reigns this year has had so much heat, some of it I think a bit unnecessary. I think since the Rumble, that night of the Rumble in Philly, he's had some pretty good matches on pay-per-views. Like, he hasn't really put anything wrong. The problem is they're putting lines in front of him that don't go over. This silent killer that he was at the end of TLC and throughout the night on Raw, that's who people want to see Roman Reigns being. They don't want him saying sucker in succotash or anything like that. They just want him to be a badass. And let's be honest, if they keep doing that, Reigns will stay over. It won't just be that one night pop. They'll keep him over from that point. And also, let's be honest, Vince McMahon, this may be the last guy he'll actually put over into that situation. So he sat there and he thought, you know what? I can't get anyone else to get this guy over. I'm just going to come in and I'm going to do it myself. And he did.
All right. I don't know if you lot seen James Bond Spectre, right? But fucking hell. Roman Reigns should be booked like Batista in that movie. Just don't say shit and just fuck people up. Literally, don't say shit and just fuck people up. Batista went on like an absolute beast in that movie, like, and just said one word. He said one word in the whole movie and just took guys out like it went nothing. But anyway, this isn't the movies. This is pro wrestling. So let's move off this and let's go on to Ambrose. All right, Ambrose wins the title, IC title, at TLC. It was a surprise to me, Billy Ray. I don't know if it was a surprise to you, but I thought the booking of Owens the next night was great.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked by it. I didn't think they were going to take the IC title off of him that quickly. I wanted to see a longer run by Kevin Owens, but yeah, the booking afterwards was awesome. It reminded me of Kevin Steen back in the day. It reminded me of what Kevin Owens should have been from the get. I mean, Kevin Owens has been awesome since he entered the WWE, but I was missing a little something from him, and this was it. He looked sadistic. He looked like a real heel. And the WWE's lacking a lot of those, you know, besides Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the slimy heel. Kevin Owens is that heel that doesn't give a shit, that he'll get at you. And that I like that a lot. I like the way he was booked.
Fame. The interview after that he did with Renee, not Renee, was it JoJo? JoJo, I think it was.
The beautiful JoJo.
Yeah, that said a lot. That said a lot as well, because he just went in on a lot of people, and he needs to do that more. They're giving him a lot of mic time recently, and they need to keep that going. What's next for Owens now? You know, does he get a push to the main event, or does he still languish in this mid card and carry on feuding with Ambrose?
If you listen to the PW Hustle, my thoughts on Ambrose right now is that even as I want to see. I'll give you the fanboy rundown on Ambrose and Owens right now. Is that they'll go back and forth for a while, but Ambrose will win the Royal Rumble. So I don't know if you want to give. I wouldn't give Owens the belt back. I let him get into like maybe a personal feud with somebody. Even a Sami Zayn would be nice. If they could bring it to the main roster and explain the backstory. But I don't know where to go with Owens from here, because I feel like Ambrose should take that belt to WrestleMania and to the championship match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Oh shit, WrestleMania 6, god damn it.
Do you really think that's gonna happen? Do you really think that's gonna happen?
I mean, I don't like you talking about Brock Lesnar in the Rumble, Triple H in the Rumble. I don't see it. No,
I ain't saying nothing about Triple H in the Rumble, but go ahead.
I'm saying like the main competitors they're talking about for WrestleMania for Roman Reigns are Triple H or Brock Lesnar, and neither one of them I see entering the Rumble. I see Dean Ambrose winning the Rumble, and it being like awkward until Dean Ambrose finally just go ahead and turns, and plays the super heel we all know he can play. He's like one of the most over faces, but he can also be a really good heel.
I see Brock Lesnar winning the Rumble. I just see him acting like an absolute beast in the Rumble, just throwing everyone out and just being like, I want my title back. I want it back. Simple as, I want it back. The thing is, WrestleMania is coming up real quick, and right about now it looks a bit thin. And I just really don't know where they're gonna go, and hopefully Brock Lesnar's gonna be on there. He has to be on there, you know. Triple H looks like he's gonna be on there as well. But Ambrose against Reigns for the title at Mania, is that big enough? You know, people will say, is that big enough? To us, it might be, but to Vince, is it? You know?
I think Ambrose and Reigns would be big enough if Rollins wasn't injured and you had all three. I think then by all means you could have Ambrose win the Rumble, but I think without the element of Rollins in there, especially after like the match at Survivor Series, I know they was only given 10 minutes, but I wasn't very wowed by it, and the fault of that being in the main event at WrestleMania at the moment doesn't do a lot for me. So that's my personal opinion. I'm with you. I think
about face versus face right now, though.
Yeah, no, I know, but I think the thing is, like, to be fair, Vince has been crippled at the moment with so many fucking injuries in one hit. Like, he's been a bit unfortunate with that. Lesnar, like, I think Lesnar Reigns will be a bigger match for 100,000 people than what Ambrose versus Reigns is. To me, Ambrose as Intercontinental Champion, as much as I wanted Owens to have a better run with it, I think this is about where he should be. He should be having the workhorse title and having big matches with people for another year to then go on to the main event to fight for the title. A bit like people like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart used to do years ago. Earn your way into that main event. Chucking him in now because he's got like a bit of popularity with the kids is probably not the best idea. I think you have Reigns versus Lesnar. You look at that last year, no one thought shit of that match. By the end of it, everyone was like, oh, do you know what? That was a lot better than what I was expecting. And now that there's no money in the bank hanging over that match, you finally find out who the winner. That will sell tickets for me.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the tag ladder match at TLC, which involved the Lucha Dragons, it involved the Usos, and it also involved the New Day. So I thought this was great. I thought the booking was amazing. It kind of reminded me. Sorry, I had to bloody sneeze again. Wow. I did that shit last week as well.
Sneeze? Good
yeah,
lord.
My daughter and my son just tag teamed me up with this fucking cold, man. Basically, I love the way it booked. It reminded me of Edge and Christian, that era. And this is a new era now of ladder match and a new type of ladder match with what they were doing. And then the next night on Raw, the booking for Raw, I thought was absolutely off the chain fame. I thought it was nice to have the New Day not going out all crazy, just being calm, being humble, and just inviting them in and just, shaking their hands and saying they made history.
Yeah, I agree. I think that match was one of the best tag ladder. I mean, that's a classic. When they release the DVDs later on and they say like, oh, these are the best ladder matches or the best tag matches, that's going to be on there. I mean, for the spots alone, let alone the commentary, which I thought was absolute gold. The next night on Raw, having them, just say like, hey, listen, we're all taking a night off because we're all messed up from this ladder match or whatever like that. And to have them say like, listen, you earned our respect. That was very similar to the Edge and Christian and Hardy, the Terry Invitational.
Yeah.
Terry Invitational tournament, wasn't it? Tits.
Yeah, there we go.
Tits, yeah.
And at the end of that ladder match, they came out and said, you earned our respect and all this. But then for the New Day to be like, all right, well, listen, we meant all that. But it's the New Day. Hit our damn music. That is like they're the best. They're the best. They're the best.
Billy Ray, the way they were carrying on in the ring. The way Big E was just like flat on the floor, just fucking, just humping them. They are just amazing. But now this has happened, okay? They're still the tag champs. What happens now, Billy Ray? Do they then, kind of go on a one-on-one kind of feud with the Usos or the Lucha Dragon, or is it on to the next?
I don't know, to be honest with you, man. That's a hell of a question. I don't want to see them wrestle the Lucha Dragons or the Usos, to be honest with you. I would like to see them move on to a program with some other tag team. Who that tag team is, I don't know. Somebody from NXT maybe comes up and take those titles from them. I really don't want to see the Usos with another title run, even though I love the Usos. And, the Lucha Dragons, I mean, I guess it'd be nice to see them with a title run, but I would like to see Kalisto in a solo career rather than being in the tag team personally.
Yeah, I
Can I fantasy book New Day right up until the day after Mania?
Go for it.
Right, so let's be honest, that tag match has probably got Lucha Dragons more over than they were before, especially after the Selena Del Sol off the ladder. I imagine at the Rumble they'll get a tag match with New Day win. Then probably the Usos will get a tag title shot at the pay-per-view after that, whatever they're calling it.
Fastlane.
Yeah, and then New Day will win that. Then at WrestleMania, maybe like a tag team invitational. New Day win that. The night before WrestleMania, you've got the next NXT show, haven't you?
Yep.
Right, now I can fucking tell you, Gable and Jordan are so over, it's unbelievable. Have them win the NXT tag titles on the Saturday night before. On Raw, have the New Day coming out all confident. There's no one in this company that can beat us. Bring up Gable and fucking Jordan with the NXT tag titles to beat them on the night after WrestleMania.
That would be nuts. After seeing Gable and Jordan over here and seeing what love they got over here. Jeez, man, these guys, Fame, I tell you now, yeah, and Billy, you should have seen this shit. The way these guys were treated over here, it was like they were fucking Finn Balor. It was. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. But you'll see next week on NXT. You'll see next week on NXT when these guys wrestle. Obviously, because they wrestled on in the dark matches, I think, and they recorded it for NXT next week. But yeah, the amount
Kenny.
of love. Yep.
Listen, if I may, man, I just don't want to get off this topic without talking about the innovative New Day and their innovative moveset and talk about that trombone throw that they did. You know,
go for it.
That needs to be incorporated into everything. They need to throw trombones at everyone for the next 3 weeks and win their matches that way. That was just.
It's like the Boondocks when they just started throwing the chairs for no reason.
I saw the perfect meme for this. If anybody watches like the first season of Family Guy, where he goes like heads up, and he's throwing stuff and he plays the trombone. Oh man! And I saw the meme that said Kalisto heads up, and he throws the trombone, and Kalisto's on the ground.
What a shot as well! What a shot! Perfect shot as well. He got that in snug, man. That was nice.
What was best about it for me was the part where he goes, "You know what? This match is no DQ," and he like
Oh
runs.
man!
And I love the fact that
I loved as well during that match whenever Big E and Kofi Kingston were laying down that Xavier Woods was going, it's like on 2K16, they just need a breather, they just need to get their stamina back before they come in the ring. Brilliant.
Oh man. All right, let's go on to the tables match that we saw at TLC, and then we saw an Extreme Rules match on Raw. Now, I thought the match at TLC was good, and I thought the Extreme Rules match was even better, especially the way they booked Strowman and Rowan. I didn't expect Rowan to get the pin to win the match, but I thought it was really well done. They didn't overdo the table spots and stuff that I thought they would do, Fame. But it was great. What did you think about these two matches?
I wanted to see a flaming table.
Nearly did.
So close. So close. I mean, you know what was really powerful about all this? I mean, yeah, you expected the Wyatts to go over, and yeah, you expected Braun Strowman to get the victory. I mean, you know, he wasn't going to go through a table. It would take all four of them. So, but for them to come in, that ECW promo from them, one of the best promos I've seen all year from me. Like, that was, like, deep. I mean, maybe it's for me as an ECW guy, as a Philadelphia guy, whatever the case may be. I don't know why Rhino was wearing the Dudley shirt, kind of offsetting. Whatever, that's a little thing. Those matches were awesome. And Jobber Rowan, who was the only one eliminated on Sunday, getting the pin and getting the, puts him back on some even booking kind of stuff. Because you forget that he's, like, tall and he actually can wrestle because his job's out so much.
The thing is, as well, that promo you was talking about, it gives me that little slimmer of hope that there could be a singles run for Bubba, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Like, to be honest, if you've got Ambrose at the moment as an IC champion, then a heel Bubba going up against a babyface Dean Ambrose, that's got a couple of months' legs in it, definitely.
I'm not against it. I just don't think it would be as successful in WWE just because of his history. I mean, a lot of people just look at him like, hey, the Dudleys are there. Where's the tables? Like, that's where they know him from. And I'm not saying that's...
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. I don't think it will happen, but it gave me a bit more of a sliver of hope than what I've had the last couple of months of it, sort of thing.
Keep hope alive.
All right. Billy Ray, let's touch on this quickly with Charlotte and Paige. Let's do a Conan and Yo speak on this. Female Flair. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they're going with that. I like Ric Flair as her manager, but I just don't like her becoming Ric Flair. Whether they use that as, for storyline purposes later on down the line, who knows. But this looks like this is going to involve Becky Lynch some way, and that's maybe the next program.
Well, you know what, man? I like to call Charlotte Flair. I like to call her Roman Reigns, female Roman Reigns, because she just doesn't come over well on promos, man. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but it just doesn't work. It's awkward as hell, and that's a nice way to put it, man. So I think Ric Flair getting with her actually enhances her character a little bit, because I was really disinterested for a long time. Now Ric Flair's out there, so it's like, hey, I got the Nature Boy. Not Fame Black, I got the Nature Boy Ric Flair out there, for a little bit. So it's great, and I enjoy seeing him. I enjoy seeing him do the whole heelish thing that she's cheating to win. It adds a new dimension to her character, which I dig. But as far as her personally, man, they need to work on her promo skills. I don't even know how that gets better. I don't know how you lack so much charisma being Ric Flair's daughter. I don't understand that. Like,
well, this is the thing. There's nothing to her. Like, it's literally there's nothing. She's just Ric Flair's daughter. If you look at Sasha Banks, she owns that character. Absolutely. She owns every single part of that shit. Like, she believes she's the boss. She believes she's the legit boss. But like, Charlotte, it's weird. You see the chalk and cheeseness about her when she's doing her promo, and then Paige does her promo, and you see the massive difference, the natural instincts. But yeah, like you said, I don't even know how she comes back from this.
Kinny, right? Sorry, no, go on. No, right. All I was going to say, right? I don't have a major issue with Charlotte turning heel, but could they have not just hung on until this Monday to execute it?
Yeah.
Like, because 3 weeks ago, going into Survivor Series, Paige brings up about Reed Flair's death to get stupid fucking cheap heat. So then a week later they turned Charlotte to make her a heel, and yet it seemed on Sunday that Paige was playing a babyface character despite being a complete cunt for bringing up Charlotte's dead brother.
He said,
I'm sorry, it's just like all you have to do is just wait 2 weeks to start doing this shit. Like, that was it. You could, and then, but let's be honest, Flair is out there to help Charlotte get better and get over. Like, that's fine. There's no issue with that. But just fucking have a bit of patience. It's not like you had to wait fucking months to do it. You had 2 weeks to wait. 2 weeks to wait. Execute it. Goes fine. Also, boys, what the fuck is it up with you lot liking this Unity thing? I've got a major
yeah, man.
Nah, it's just
a bad thing. Unity.
It is a bad thing. It is a bad thing because Sasha Banks should be doing so much more than that.
Sorry about that, brother. If you're familiar with Dave Chappelle, then you would find it hilarious because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Unity. So they did that straight up, and they're really cool with the New Day. So I'm assuming this is Big E's idea or Kofi Kingston's idea. It's one of their ideas to tell them to go out there and do the Unity thing. So people.
I get that, but they are just coming across as the female New Day light when you've got Sasha Banks, who's arguably the most talented woman on the roster, who's being wasted in a catty fucking
wasted. They love her. They love her. She's not being wasted. By the way, you got Charlotte and Becky coming up for the Royal Rumble and Fastlane, and then who's her opponent for Mania? Banks. Her squad, and Unity.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. But all of this stuff at the moment, I don't like it personally. I sit there and I get aggravated by watching it. But I get it. I don't watch Dave Chappelle, so I haven't. I haven't seen that. But
as soon as that shit happened, I was like, "Oh shit, Dave Chappelle!" As soon as I seen that, I couldn't believe they were doing that shit. I was like, "Yeah, bang on. These girls are going in with that shit." But I get what you mean, Cooper. I mean, it is for some people, they don't like it because of what's happening to Sasha Banks. Fair enough. I prefer her to be on herself as well. But now they switched it up, and these 3 girls are kind of they're connecting, and people are saying, "Yeah, maybe they're New Day 2.0." But I see them as their own little thing.
Yeah, they're not.
I don't see them as New Day.
The only similar thing is that they're all black.
I don't know. For me, it's a different way. I don't know. For me, like I just sit there and think like. I think it's just the way the women are getting booked in general. It's just a frustration that you've got someone that good being in a factions where she could be doing so much more. She changed the game in NXT for the last 18 months, moves to the main roster, and she's doing this.
Yeah,
don't sit well with me. That's me personally.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, she got a win on Sunday, so I really can't say I like her.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this convo up because as I love to say, that's why I love Sunday Segue. No views are the same. Everyone brings a different view to the table, which is great. So we're gonna go to a break right now and hear from our sponsors. I don't think this time is, hey there, hi there, ho there.
It wasn't last time like you said it was gonna be.
I'm sorry. I had the wrong commercial, and I just had to put it in. I had to do it quick. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It will return next week. Don't worry, it'll return next week. But that's how you know shit's getting big. We got fucking people requesting fucking commercials now. So we're gonna hear from our sponsors. It's not Cherries, Berries, or DraftKings.com. It is from VOC Nation. And then we'll be back with NXT Takeover London Fallout. So don't you miss it.
Live from the In the Room studios located in the Net Carrier Enclave. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.
This is phenomenal one. AJ Styles. The artist formerly known as Kazan.
This is Eugene.
This is Chris Jericho.
This is Sci-Fi's original vampire, Kevin Thorne.
Hey guys, this is Serena D. This is Madison Rain.
This is A-Double Austin Aries, the hardcore icon. Incredible. Hey, this is Olympic gold medalist and TNA superstar Kurt Angle.
You are listening to In the Room.
The best talk show that you can hear.
Tuesday night, 9/8 Central, VOCNation.com, TheBradyHicks.com, breaking down all that's going on in wrestling today.
It's not easy being in IT today. Data is growing exponentially, technology is changing at an accelerating pace, and the consequences of unplanned downtime are more serious than ever. StoragePipe helps eliminate these risks by automating all the data protection and disaster recovery for your laptops, servers, and virtual systems through a single provider. StoragePipe can help you free up more time, recover faster, and improve the reliability of your backup process. Visit StoragePipe.com.
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, episode 143. It's your boy Kinny Killa here with the Ninja Boy Fame Black, with Billy Ray Valentine and John Cooper. Right, so what we're gonna do right now?
Outlaw Hammer.
The Outlaw Hammer. It sounds like he could.
I'm looking out for you, John.
That's a
Thanks,
great
mate.
name.
Thanks, Nate.
It sounds like he could be like Thor's brother or something. And the Outlaw.
Nah, man,
Hammer.
that's an excellent name. That's an excellent porn star name, the Outlaw Hammer.
Yes, Billy Ray. I love that shit. All right, let's get over to NXT Takeover London, where John Cooper was there. He was actually there. Hence why he's on the show. Live report from John Cooper. John, just talk about what the crowd was like.
Fucking electric. Like, it, from my point of view, like, I've seen a lot of complaining from people saying that the crowd tried to make it too much about them and the event that went on. I didn't personally see that. Admitted some of the songs I've never heard before. I think somehow making fucking a song about Big Cass to the theme of Hey Jude by the Beatles is fucking brilliant. But just the atmosphere was electric. It was basically the English treating it like they was going to a fucking football game and chanting for 2 hours, but not in a disrespectful way where every chant during every match was to do with the people in the ring. It was supporting the baby faces. It was booing the heels. So I thought it was a really, really, really good atmosphere. I think the English probably as well looked at it as, do you know what, we haven't had a pay-per-view since SummerSlam 92. This is the nearest thing we've had since. Fuck it, let's make it a good night. And we did that.
It was the fuck her up, Asuka, fuck her up. I love that, man. I went to a house show, the house show, the last house show before the pay-per-view, and man, people were just going mental. It was just crazy in Cardiff, man. People were going absolute mental, especially when Gable and Jordan come out, man. Fucking hell, like everyone was just going absolutely, like, yeah.
You'll see next week because all the two matches before was like obviously Jordan Gable and there was 3 other teams in like a fatal 4-way tag match. I would say Gable and Jordan got the fucking pop of the night at the beginning of the night. It was that fucking good. They are ridiculously over. I don't know if you've seen the video as well of a load of wrestling fans on the tube in London singing Gable and Jordan, like the Gable, and that goes on the tube. So they are stupidly over, and I think that's why Enzo and Cass didn't take the titles, because I think Triple H is smart enough to think, do you know what, keep it on Dash and Dawson because people genuinely don't like them, and let's let JJ and Gable take the titles off, and we watch what will be a really, really big moment, and it will be.
Well, let's go through the card. I take it everyone's seen it.
Oh yeah. Live from work, I watched it.
Okay. So let's start off with. We're gonna start off with Fame, just because his woman is on. It starts off the pay-per-view. Asuka versus Emma. You know, I did you a favor. I sent you a picture of the lovely Asuka at the house show. You know, with her name in the background. Yeah, I had to give that to you. But so Emma versus Asuka. I knew going into this match was gonna be fucking sick. I knew, and I absolutely loved this match, purely for the fact that Emma has come back and now she's evil Emma, and she has just like, fuck Dana Brooke. It's like, I mean, I like Dana Brooke, but Emma now, she's flipped the script. She has been such a good heel, with the hair pulls and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love the way the chemistry. The match went longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I thought these guys worked well together. Fame, speak on this.
I mean, no disrespect to Asuka, obviously, absolutely. But Emma came out, and I always thought Emma looked a little weird, but she came out looking good. Yeah. Her and Dana Brooke, I gotta say, they came out looking better than I've ever seen them. And that match, I mean, yeah, Emma was putting it down. Like, I forgot, because of all the little in the arm stuff, I forgot that Emma can really go in the ring. And everybody knows that Asuka can go in the ring. That's no secret from anybody. I love the rolling, hammerlock. Like that is ridiculous. That looks so painful, and it really just had me like completely sucked in. I'm watching like Dana Brooke try to interfere. I'm watching all the cheating. I'm like, man, they're gonna catch her. Oh man, they're gonna catch her. And that kick took Emma's head clean off. And oh god, and everybody knows I'm in love with Asuka. So after the match, me and her had our little celebration, as we often do. I had to go all the way out to London. Sorry I didn't stop by, Kenny.
You bastard! Oh man. Billy Ray, what did you think about this match?
Well, it's no secret to anybody that knows what I do that I think Asuka's the greatest performer on the face of the planet right now. And I do. It's just the way it is. But for any of those people that don't think Emma is anything to look at, just follow her on Twitter. I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter, but I follow Emma on Twitter, okay? Serious stuff that goes down, some nice pictures. Emma is hot. She is smoking hot. Right? There's just no other way around it. So
I'm looking her up now on Twitter.
Dude, follow her on Twitter. Everybody listening, follow her on Twitter.
She
posts pictures on everything. She's backstage. She's posting selfies. She's in the gym. She's posting selfies. She's making a tuna casserole. She's posting selfies. This is just what she does. So go right ahead and watch it. Anyway, so Asuka is just my woman. She is the best.
What? Excuse me?
You know the deal, Fame. Come on, man. It's not exclusive to you. Anyway. So I mean, let me just tell you guys, like, I really think legitimately she is the best performer in the entire WWE universe, male or female, with the exception of Seth Rollins. This woman is ridiculously good. She just comes out and I'm like, whoa, who is that? Like, it makes you look at her, and then she gets in the ring and she kills you. So it's just a beautiful thing to watch. So every time Emma. I'm sorry. Every time Asuka gets in the ring, I gotta watch it. So I was very taken back by the match. It was an awesome match. I think Asuka is gonna be the NXT Women's Champion really soon.
Yeah, and I think that match between Bayley and Asuka is just gonna be like, it's gonna be a Bayley fucking Sasha all over again. They're just gonna tear the house down. It's gonna go back and forth. Cooper, what did the match come off like live?
Really, really good. Really good. Like, a lot of people sitting around me was expecting like a 3-minute squash match. So the fact that it turned into a competitive match made it that much better. We all had a bit of a rave to Emma's fucking music, because it's fucking wicked. Like, a weird thing, because it's the first time I've ever been to like a televised event. And obviously when they showed a video of stuff happening, they stopped the entrance music.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So whilst they're showing the video up on a big screen, the entrance music stopped, but the entrance is still going, which like that was really, really strange. The bloke who I went with couldn't stop looking at Dana Brooke's ass, because where we were sitting, that's where she spent most of the match. But in all seriousness, a really, really good match. It was nice to see as well Asuka in a competitive match that was back and forth. So. Because let's be honest, as we all probably know now, we all know the results. I think everyone knows the results. It's looking like it's heading for a Bayley versus Asuka match.
Yeah.
You need Asuka to have a competitive match before she goes on against Bayley, and I thought Emma was fucking brilliant. And to be honest with you, I forgot how good she was in the ring until that match. And yeah, really good match. Maybe some people said match of the night. So, it was good. Very good live.
All right, now let's go on to the next match on the card, which was Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson defeating Enzo Amore and Conor Cassidy. Now, when these guys came out, the place just went absolutely mental, and good reception. Not so much for Dash and Dawson, but I gotta tell you now, man, Dash and Dawson, these two guys, as they like to call them, Brainbusters 2.0. They are such good heels, and I mean I'm talking like proper heels, like proper old school heels, cheating and the missed tags and not holding the tag rope and just everything about them was just wicked. I loved it. Billy Ray, I thought the chemistry between these two and the fact that they had a storyline behind it as well went really well, and the finish I felt was wicked. But did you think that Enzo and Cass was gonna take it down?
I'm waiting for that to happen. They're my favorite tag team. Well, let me just say Enzo Amore is my favorite. I love Enzo Amore. What are you laughing at over there, man?
Because I know the part of the act part that you said. So
okay.
I agree with you.
You want me to rehash that?
Yes.
All right. So I mean, my whole theory here on this tag team is that everybody is a part of Enzo Amore's act. It's not a tag team. It's Enzo Amore. We're coming out to see Enzo Amore, and Big Kaz is like an accessory for Enzo Amore. and the female, I forget her name, Carmella. She's another accessory for Enzo. Enzo is the center of attention. He comes out, everybody's chanting his lines. He gave Big Kaz his lines. Big Kaz, he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. That's Enzo Amore. It's not Big Cass saying it. You know what I mean? Every time Enzo Amore comes out, he's amazing. He can get over without even wrestling. So, but I've been waiting for them to get the tag titles. I think somebody backstage doesn't like them because they never get the tag titles. They're like the Wyatts of NXT. Every time a big match comes up, they lose. You know what I mean? But I dug the match, man. Go ahead.
Cooper, how did this come off live, especially with Dash and Dawson taking it down?
Right, so everyone in the building was hoping for the title change. Because obviously where you have 3 title matches, everyone there being in England, it's like, do you reckon they'll actually have a title change in the night? And I did think there'd be one, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, as the guy there, as Billy Ray said, Enzo stupidly over, really, really stupidly over. Everyone loved him. It actually took a bit of the wind out of everyone when Dash and Dawson beat him. Out of the people I was with, I was the only one that said Dash and Dawson was going to win the match. Everyone was pretty confident of Enzo and Cass. But I think, where you're saying, Enzo and Cass is surprising they haven't been given the NXT title, I don't think they'll be given it. I genuinely think their first tag team title is going to be on the main roster, personally. Because I kind of think, although they're in developmental, they've been there so long, there's a part of me that thinks they don't necessarily need it. You can use them to go against heel tag teams and get them over as bigger heels, like they did on Wednesday.
Yeah. I get this. I don't know what it is about them, but I get this Rowdy Piper vibe. So Rowdy Piper. I'll explain myself. Rowdy Piper went so long without a title, didn't need it, and all that kind of stuff. And then when he won the IC Championship, you couldn't help but smile. You know what I mean? You couldn't help but you just my man Rowdy. You know what I mean? He won the title shit. You just, I just remember. Yeah,
hey, Kenny, sorry if I may, man. That was one of my biggest memories as a kid is watching Roddy Piper win that IC belt. I freaking lost it when he won the IC belt. And like you said, he didn't need it, but I always wanted to see Roddy Piper with a strap somewhere because I thought he deserved it. And when he won at the Rumble, I was like, is there a chance? Can he win both of them? He could win the world title too. Why not? He's Roddy Piper, and that was awesome. So if that happens with Enzo and his accessories, then I'll take it too.
I feel you with that, man. Running in.
That's the thing, though, Billy Ray, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, it's like Sami Zayn kept losing title matches, and then when the moment actually came where he won the big one, same with Bayley, it's a big feeling. Enzo and Cass at the moment, they'll get a tag team title, but them losing the big one is building a story for them. So when that moment happens, people will lose their shit. And that's
I say it all the time. The best part about the WWE sometimes, you might watch it on Raw or watch it on SmackDown and be like, this is poor story building. Though whoever does the video packages is the fucking man. So when you watch the one where they're gonna win the titles and you watch that video package of like all these big match losses, and you'll be like, I was there for that. I watched that. Oh, I watched that live from work. I saw when they lost. I was so mad. And then they win. You'll be like, fucking right. Yes. Can't teach that.
Yeah.
The production. The production is definitely top notch, man. But I think you're giving WWE a little bit too much credit by thinking that they're booking months in advance, because they're not. They're booking like week to week. They're like, well, what are we gonna do now? Like they all sit down and go and they're like, oh, what's gonna happen now? Okay.
I think Triple H books months in advance. Personally, I think that's what he does, and that's why I think it works so well. Not necessarily Vince McMahon, but I think Vince McMahon's got lucky, because if you talk about Roman Reigns, he's pretty much failed at every hurdle in the big matches, and then that moment on Monday was him finally getting it, and he got his big pop. But it works out more in a lucky way. Whereas, for example, Bayley and Zayn, that was built perfectly. That was Triple H saying, no, if you carry on losing, when you get that big moment, people will lose their shit. Hell, Austin done it in ECW. He had his title match against, I think it was Mikey Whipwreck, wasn't it? And Heyman wanted to put the belt on him, and Austin was smart enough to say, no, because if I lose this match, people will want to see me win the title, and I can build it more and more. And then Vince came in and took him, and obviously it works well from that. But that's what I'm saying. You can't, as over as someone is, if you give them the title, once they've got that title, the moment's gone.
Yeah.
Build that up.
Whether or not they build it months in advance or it just happens to work out, I mean, one of the best things in the WWE to just work out is the Undertaker's streak. It wasn't until about 9 or 10 they were like, hey, you realize he keeps winning? All right, let's put a thing on this. Like, that just happened to work out. And so it's like whether they look at Enzo and Cass, when they do decide that they're going to get those titles, they could look back and go, hey, we kept making them lose. They never won the titles for real. We didn't do that. All right, well, look, make that video package. Like, all right, just what happened to work out. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good.
Prime example, Cooper. This is for us British peeps. Look at Vardy. Vardy's banged 11, right? Banged 11. Then Lukaku banged 6, and you're like, oh shit. Wait, Lukaku's on a run as well. He's got 7 now. What the fuck? Is he gonna take that shit down? So I definitely feel what Phil's saying with that. All right, let's go to the next match. All right, let's go on to Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. Now, I was at the house show before, and when Apollo Crews come out, there wasn't that much kind of fanfare, which was I felt really weird about that, because Apollo Crews has wrestled over in the UK loads of times as Uhaa Nation, so I didn't get that. But I think on the night it may have been different. So Cooper, I'll come to you with that in a minute. But Baron Corbin comes out. Love that entrance. And they go at it. We've got storyline behind it as well, which is great. It was weird. It was all Corbin, and I thought, oh shit, it's all good. Apollo's gonna come back and get the babyface Finn and go get the babyface win, and then all of a sudden then Corbin kicks out of the fucking somersault. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Then end of days out of nowhere, Corbin wins. Woo! Mind blown. Fame, speak on this.
I mean, listen, I'm a Baron Corbin fan, all right? I watching Breaking Ground has actually made me a Baron Corbin fan. Not necessarily just who he is, I respect him. Not to mention when he came to NXT Philly, and I told this story on the site before, he just started walking down the street. And Philadelphia is not a place where you can just walk down the street and you don't know nobody. And he's just walking down, and I'm like, is he going to his car? No, he walked past the parking lot. Where is he going? I wanted to follow him, but I'm like, if he turned around and was like, why are you following me? I don't think I'm equipped to defend myself against Baron Corbin. So, but to say all that, I'm a big fan of him. I actually called this on the show last weekend. But we were talking about it. I think they're going to keep Apollo Crews and Finn Balor away from each other for a little while longer, because I really think that match is going to be great. So now I think Baron Corbin is the next one to challenge for the title. I don't think he'll get it, but I think he's been working his ass off. I feel like he deserves everything that's coming his way right now. And Apollo Crews, I don't know if he's the one, Kenny. I don't know if he's the one anymore. I don't know.
God.
The way he's going over, all this smiling, I don't know. I don't know if I'm with it.
Billy Ray, you want to talk on this a little bit? What's your thoughts on Baron Corbin?
Well, you know what, man? I'm not a massive, huge fan of Baron Corbin. I never have been, man, which is crazy, because a lot of people seem to dig this cat now, man. Not me. Not there yet. I'm not saying I can't change my mind on it. I might be wrong, but I'm definitely not there yet. And I was kind of shocked that they put him over. I mean, I gotta say this. I gotta give a little disclaimer. I haven't been following NXT as much as I should, so maybe the writing was on the wall and I just missed it. But I was kind of shocked that Wuhan Nation lost. He lost clean, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that happened. As far as Wuhan Nation, Apollo Crews, smiling. I think he's one of the only ones that could get over as a believable
white
face.
Baby face.
Yeah, he can do it, you know. So I really don't want them to mess with him too much. I do think he'll be the first WWE Black Heavyweight Champion. The guy's golden. I mean, you guys already know about him being Wuhan Nation over there. He can go. The guy's ridiculously good, and I think if they ever do turn him heel, he's gonna knock that out the park. But I think he can really get over as a white meat babyface if they don't have him job out to everybody. So that's what I'm afraid of, because they already have him losing to Baron Corbin, whom I'm not a huge fan of. But go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna have to speed this up real quick. Cooper, what was the atmosphere like on Corbin? Because I remember I heard fuck you Corbin, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
and I heard you're shit
hatred.
and you know you are.
Yeah, no, genuine hatred for Corbin. To be honest, this match live, it didn't, like, I don't know, I have watched it back, but more of like in the background. It came across like the pair of them didn't have very good chemistry with each other. Okay. Like that's from seeing it live. As far as the Apollo Crews things goes, it actually annoyed me a bit. But a lot of people was like, oh no, it's just another Bobby Lashley because he's black and he's bald and he's muscly, which was kind of annoying. But he wasn't really over. And Fame Black, where you've just said earlier about breaking grounds made you like Corbin more. Not that Apollo Crews has come across bad on breaking ground, but the fact that he's already getting a pay rise and he's only been in the door a few weeks, few months, maybe that's getting heat that I don't know about. But I like Crews. I think he's fucking ridiculously athletic and he has a big future. And I agree, he'll probably be the first black heavyweight champion. But I think this match did kind of show he needs a little bit more time and to work with a few more people to get a bit more out of him to go to the heights that he could potentially go to.
All right, let's quickly speak on the other two. We had Bayley defeating Nia Jax in a really, really good 14-minute match. I thought the booking of this was great. It made Nia Jax look a lot better than she has been looking. She sounds like China, so she maybe should just mute a little bit what she's saying. I just thought the chemistry was great between them. The underdog story, as always, Fame was great between them two. The near falls, the way that she kicked out of the leg drop, she kicked out. Hey, they did Nia Jax a fucking treat here, man. She looked good. Bayley looked even better coming out of this win. And the little interaction between Nia Jax and Asuka was great too.
I mean, all awesome stuff. I mean, women's wrestling is definitely changing, and people like to say there's a Diva Revolution in NXT, but not in the WWE, as if they're not the same company. All right, one starts in the other. Change begets change. That was one of the better matches I've ever seen. Not to mention the finish, so realistic, because she's small and I'm not tall, and I've been in fights with bigger guys, and that sometimes when you can't, technically get them, you can't get that one punch knockout, you can't sneak in there. Lock it on the neck. Lock it on the neck. You're going down, son. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. And I think Nia Jax is, I think she's beautiful. So I was all good.
Yep. All right. Let's main event quickly, Billy Ray. We had Balor versus Samoa Joe in a really, really stiff kind of ROH feel match. I really enjoyed the match. Really enjoyed the way it was back and forth. One was getting hit, the other was getting hit, coming back, Pele kick, da. I like the back and forthness, and I think this was the best I've seen Joe in NXT so far. I don't know if you agree.
Both of these guys have been around the world, man. So they're gonna get that a hint of strong style every time they get in the ring together, and it's always gonna be a great match. I love both of them. I love Samoa Joe. I love Prince Devitt. What are they calling him nowadays?
Finn Balor.
I can't get used to that. You know what I mean? He's
Jack
Prince Devitt to me forever and ever and ever and ever. But I love them both very much. And, I never expected Samoa Joe to win this match. I don't know if Samoa Joe will ever get handed that strap. We'll never see him on the main roster. But, Finn Balor's the man. And it was an awesome match.
Cooper, live, what did this come across live, especially with the Jack the Ripper thing? I mean, last week me and Fame was going mental about this fucking little advert that they did with Jack the Ripper, and now we know what it was for. How did that come across, the entrance, and how did the whole match come across?
Fucking awesome. Really, really, really good. Yeah, as you say, it lived up to the hype in your head. Like, as being English, when I saw that was the main event that was being built up towards Takeover after I booked a ticket, I was like, fuck me, it's a privilege to watch these two in front of me in the main event, and it's a match that I didn't think I would have seen a year ago. So, no, it came across really good. I heard your boy there just turn around and say, don't reckon Samoa Joe's going to the roster. I disagree. I think that was his swan song for NXT. I think he'll be in the Rumble match, personally.
Oh, wow, that's a hell of an analysis. I think if he does go to the Rumble match, you get eliminated quick, fast, and go back to NXT. But, hey...
well, like, for me, like, this is just fantasy booking, and I probably should stop doing it, but every wrestling fan does it. But you have Samoa Joe in the Rumble, who eliminates Dean Ambrose, then you have a program with Ambrose and Samoa Joe. Not that I think Samoa Joe wins the IC title, but he's got that in him to make Dean Ambrose look better. I think the thing is, he didn't need the NXT title. Samoa Joe is over enough without it. It's the same way Enzo and Cass didn't necessarily need it. On the main roster, I mean, look at Table for Free. Samoa Joe is already knocking about with the main roster cats. So he is good enough to go onto the main roster now. He may not be a world champion, I don't think he will be, but he'll be a solid hand in that mid-card to make these young upstarts look good. I don't think he's needed in NXT. I didn't expect his stay in NXT to be long, and I personally thought before the match, whoever lost will end up in the Rumble or be in the main roster by WrestleMania. So I'm going to stick to it in my own head and think Samoa Joe's coming up.
Well, there's going to be a massive transition. There's going to be a lot of people's going to go up for a lot of people to come in. You still got Rich Swann, Biff Music. You got all those guys, to come in and do the job. Hideo to come back still. Sami Zayn back. And Austin Aries. If that shit goes down, then you've got a lot of things happening, which means you got Sami Zayn and you got Finn Balor and you got Joe and all those going up and being replaced by decent hands. So, all right. So what we're going to do right now is I want Fane just to quickly tell me your match of the night.
Match of the night. Oscar.
Billy Ray, I want you to tell me who the pay-per-view MVP was.
I gotta go with let me think about this. Oscar.
Okay. And Cooper, your pay-per-view rating, please, seeing as you was there live.
Oscar.
Live, I'd give it an 8 out of 10, definitely. Yeah. And just to add one, song of the night would probably be Hey Bailey, I want to know if you'll be my girl. That was phenomenal. And even from where I was sitting, I was a fair distance back, you could see she couldn't stop herself smiling after that chant, which was brilliant.
All right. Billy Ray, you look like you want to say something.
Oh, man. Oh, you can see me?
Yeah, man, I can see you.
I would have taken a shower. I would have brushed my teeth. I didn't know
he was out here looking like a Sith Lord earlier.
One thing I did want to say is MVP, man. Like, is the crowd. The crowd was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
The crowd was amazing. You know what I mean? I wish the United States over here in North America we could bring some of that Euro soccer feel. And I mean the crowd is just so good. It reminds me of VCW back in the day in Philadelphia and New York City. The crowd was the third member of the match. And we need to bring that back. Maybe people start watching wrestling again.
Yeah, man.
I think, you know what though, the thing is, Billy, like maybe twice a year you lot get like shows around your area and stuff like that. Us English, we don't get a show like that over here. So I genuinely think the crowd sat there and was like, you know what? We might not get another show like this. Let's fucking make the most of it. And we did. As I say, there's been a bit of heat on Twitter with some Americans saying, we try to make it about ourselves. I personally don't think it came across.
That's absolutely ridiculous. People that say that are hating, they're a bunch of haters.
Yeah,
do what you do.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to a break now, and then we'll be back with Shook Stunners, Segue Time Machine. Billy Ray will do his impression, and he will also run the 10 count and track of the week, so don't you miss it.
What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Ferrari in Las Vegas, and you're listening to the Swerve Talk Network featuring Max Wrestling, Sunday Sag, Offshoot Radio, and more at the Swerve Talk Network on Twitter for more information. Woohoo!
And we're back, people. It's the last part of the Sunday Segue Wrestling podcast. So right about now, it's time for Shug's Stunners. Right. Jobber of the week, Cooper. Who is the Jobber of the week?
Right, it's annoying because it will probably be next week's one. I will go Jobber of the week. for this week, I'm going to go with Paige, probably. That's probably the best one I could think of. Okay. Or, no, sorry, Ryback, because...
Yeah.
Ryback, especially for the fact that he was on Austin's podcast a couple of months ago saying that his whole Vince McMahon he'd been the next John Cena, and I think he's getting further and further away from that point since he said it. But
you know what? I think that's just stupid.
But I'll say this now, I won't be on your show next week, but Jobber of the Week, because I saw the match in front of me, will be Bald MC. And you'll see why when you watch NXT this week.
Well, I saw him on the house show, bro. Jeez, that's all I gotta say. All right, Fame. Move of the week.
Ooh, move of the week. Oh, you know what? I got TLC to go with. I'm gonna go with the obviously right.
Bang.
Kalisto. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the best ladder spot I think I've ever seen in wrestling. I don't think I've seen one better than that.
It looks so snug. It looks so snug as well. Like, he sat down so perfectly. Like, that, yeah, I see that.
I don't know how he didn't shatter his tailbone, seriously.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Billy Ray, Wrestler of the Week.
Wrestler of the Week. I guess you got to go with Roman Reigns, right? Okay. Unfortunately, he won the WWE title. He knocked out Vince McMahon. He beat up Triple H. He made Stephanie McMahon cry. It's got to be him. He's the wrestler of the week.
All right, Roman Reigns takes it down. Okay, here we go. Time for Segway's Time Machine. Fame loves this shit. So here we go. Segway Time Machine. What happened in wrestling today? It's the 20th of December. So let's go to this. Right, so let's see what happened in Monday Night Wars 1999. Right, so WWF Raw episode 343. What was the rating, Fame?
What was the what?
What do you reckon the rating was for that show? Raw 99.
I'm gonna say it's in the 5.8.
Hey, you got it bang on. You got it bang on.
So
you got it bang on. 5.8, right? So let's see what happened on this show for it to be 5.8. Right. So we got Jeff Hardy and Christian defeating Matt Hardy and Edge. Yeah, I read it right. We Kurt Angle defeating Viscera. We had a three-way match. Here come the sneeze. It's coming again. I don't know what's going on. We had Acolytes versus Dudleys versus Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah, which ended in a no contest. We had a 6-on-1. Yeah, we had a 6-on-1 handicap boiler room brawl. Joey Abs, Rodney, Pete Gas, Triple H, Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg defeated Mankind. We had the Intercontinental match. We had the champion Jericho defeating Godfather. We had Hardcore Holly defeating Val Venus. We had a Brahma Bull rope match. El Snow defeating The Rock. We had two. We had
Yo, is this real? Did I watch this? I enjoyed this. 5.8 million people watched this.
We had Too Cool defeating the Mean Street Posse, and then the main event was a no DQ Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWF title. Big Show defeating Kane.
Didn't we get that last week? Big Show defeating Kane at some point?
Exactly. All right, what did Nitro do? What rating?
2.2.
Oh, God. It was 3.2. 3.2. And this is what happened on the show, right? Now, Fame, we have about fucking 15 matches on Nitro, like on 99. But we had Medusa as the Cruiserweight champion defeating Buzzkill in like a minute 38. We had Kurt Hennig defeating Hugh Morris. We had a no-horse barred match between fucking Jerry Flynn and Tank Abbott, which finished in a no contest. We had a hardcore match between the Hardcore Army, which is Brian Knobbs and Fit Finlay, defeating Meng and Norman Smiley. We had the Maestro defeating Evan Courageous. We had a three-way match, Canyon defeating Bam Bam Bigelow and Diamond Dallas Page. We had a ladder match for the WCW US title, which Jeff Jarrett defeated Chris Benoit for the title. The War defeated Sid Vicious by DQ. Varsity Club, which is fucking Daddy Rotunda, Daddy Wyatt, and Rick Steiner defeating Harlem Heat. WCW World Title match where Bret Hart defeated Bill Goldberg for a title change. And then we had a 2-on-1 handicap match for the main event, Creative Control, Pat and Gerald, I don't know who the fuck that is, versus Kevin Nash in a no contest. That's why you got 3.2. Anywho, any birthdays? Let's see whose birthday is it today. Any birthdays? Anyone of notoriety? I don't think so. I don't see anyone so far. No. So what we're gonna do, that's it. We're gonna go to the impressions now from Billy Ray. So Billy Ray, please give me your best Randy Savage impression, please. Just saying, ooh yeah.
Oh, if I'm gonna give you a Randy Savage impression, we gotta go all out, Kenny Killer. Yeah, you think that you're better than me? Well, I'm gonna take you all the way to the top of the mountain, Kenny Killer. Yeah, 'cause I'm the Macho Man Randy Savage. Fame Black is looking at me. He thinks he's better than me. He thinks he could go all the way to the top. But the Macho Man, he knows better. Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I love that. Elizabeth. Yeah, that's done it for me. Cooper, rate that out of 10, please.
Oh, I'm gonna give that a 10. That was great.
Nice. Cause Bonesaw is ready. Hogan, I see lust in your eyes.
I see the lust in your eyes. I remember that, man. That was great.
Oh man. All right, Billy. Tell me what your favorite current wrestler is.
All right, man, this is tough, right? So, I mean, Asuka, I love Asuka. I wasn't lying about that. She might be my favorite wrestler right now. But I also really love Kota Ibushi, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. That's the Golden Star. That's my dude.
I think he's amazingly good. So, it's between both of them. I know they're both Japanese, but I guess we got to step our game up over here in the United States and in Europe, man. Like, I mean, I love Pac. That's Adrian Neville, for those of you who don't know. But yeah, those two. It would have to be Kota Ibushi and Asuka right now.
Don't you just love the way? Don't you just love the way the announcer shouts Ibushi Kota? I love that shit.
Hold on. Kota. No. It's like this.
That's just reminding me.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Takeshi's Castle?
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura was on it.
Fuck off.
Serious.
I gotta watch that shit.
I saw that. I was meant to message you. I saw it a couple of weeks ago when I was hungover watching on a Sunday morning. But yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura was on it. It was great.
Billy Ray, can you tell me who your favorite all-time wrestler is?
My favorite all-time, I'll give you in a second. But it goes like this. It goes Ibushi Kota.
That's the one. That's the one.
Anyway, so favorite all-time, and please don't hate on me. I'm a Latino, man. I got some black in me, okay? So please don't hate on me for saying this. Hulk Hogan is my all-time favorite wrestler.
Man, it's open. It's open. You could choose anyone you want, man.
Yeah. I understand he said some things and done some things recently that have upset a lot of people. But when I was a little kid, 4 years old, and I saw Hulk Hogan walking down the ring and playing to Real American, I wanted to be Hulk Hogan. I wanted to have that belt. I wanted to walk down the ring to Real American. I thought he was the greatest thing on the planet. So all time is Hulk Hogan. Close second, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rob Van Dam.
Okay. All right. So Billy Ray, you got to take the 10 count right now. So what this is, let me just explain to you. You're gonna have to pick A, B, or C. We'll come up with a category, and then you'll have 10 seconds to name as many answers as you can to do with your chosen category. At the moment, the leader is 8 in 10 seconds.
Oh,
okay.
God. So I'm not coming close.
Right. So
you gotta represent for the hustle, son.
I'm the wrong guy for that. We gotta get the professor on here to do that.
The professor might get 10 out of 10 for real.
I get 10 out of 10. Good.
All right. So give me A, B, or C. Which one do you want?
B.
All right. WCW pay-per-views. All right.
Shit.
So can you give me as many WCW pay-per-view names as you can in 10 seconds? So there we go. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we got Halloween Havoc. We had
Boom.
Bash at the Beach.
Boom.
We had Road Wild.
Boom.
We had Starcade.
Boom.
We had
Keep going.
Spring Stampede.
Boom. Done.
War
Done.
Games.
10 seconds. You got 5. That's good, man.
Yeah, 5.
That's good. Yay, shit. You got 5. That's good. I see some people getting zeros, bro.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody was watching that shit over here for a long time.
Oh man, and that is the end of the show, people. I am happy that we had these cats on the show. It was a really, really good show, really informative, really in depth. Billy Ray made his debut. I am so happy with that. Thanks for springing that on me, Fame.
Of course, yeah, I had to invade. Even though Suggs never showed up, he's still scared of the Fame Black. He's scared of the Big Slam Nation. He's scared of PW Hustle.
Cooper, thanks for coming back on, my friend. Let the people know where they can find you and Kings of the Ring podcast, please, on the Twitter.
Yeah, you can find me at June Cooper85, and you can find our podcast page, which is at KOTR Podcast. Subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or Podomatic.
All right, Fame. Let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter.
Oh man, you can find me on the Twitter. I'm there tweeting about stuff. But yeah, catch me on the Snapchat. I'm a Snapchat extraordinaire. Either way, it's FAME, Nature Boy, signing out.
And Billy Ray, thanks for coming on as well. I have to get you on our sister show, the Retro Roundtable, where we look at old school WWF pay-per-views. But also the next Retro Roundtable, we're looking at 90s cartoons. So where I definitely want to get some of you guys on that show. Let the people know where they can find you on the yes, Coop.
When you get to SummerSlam '94, give me a shout.
Will do.
Yeah.
Let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter, Billy.
Well, I mean, I'm not on Twitter often, but if I am, you can find me on Billy Ray Hustle, at Billy Ray Hustle. That's all.
Okay, all right. So track of the week this week is Baron Corbin, and if you don't like that, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Woo!